road to success is brought to you by Equity Bank.
Equity Bank. You are listening, caring partner.
Dan Zadra once said that you need to surround yourself with people who believe you can. You're watching Road to Success, the key to your next level in business. Watching Road to Success, the key to your next level in business. My guest today is Naya. She's the Executive Director of Naya Fashion House. Welcome to the show, Naya.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
Tell me about the fashion house. When did it start? Whose dream was it? What does it do?
Well, I guess the dream has been there since I was a little girl, ripping up my clothes and sewing them into smaller pieces, which my mom hated. But it's been a dream which has been part of me for as long as I can remember. So at this point in the game, we're looking to create a line which is authentic, representing the African woman, by taking into consideration her form, which is very unique. But what I found, and a lot of my friends found, is that when we go out to look for clothing, we'd find it's either too big here and tight here, or it just doesn't fit right. And we spend a lot of money on making adjustments or alterations, which end up costing you a lot more to get a garment which really fits well. So we've taken that into consideration into the construction of our garments, into the patterns, to ensure that we get a product which works for a lot of women. But we also still have standard sizes because everyone is not made the same, but that is part of our uniqueness.
I love that. Your name for your business is your own name. Why did you go that way?
After much debate, my husband and I, we thought of lots of names, and he just really loved my name and thought it's time for us to begin to brand ourselves by our own name. So we decided to call the fashion line Naya.
Oh, that's nice. So your husband was part of the development of the business?
Part of the development of this end of the business, yes.
How does the business work? You know, you spoke about construction, which I'm assuming that's stitching. You know, you have tailors who can do the clothes. Naya has a label. So how did you put together the business in terms of all the different aspects of the business?
We started from home with one machine, having a tailor work on concepts. Then moved out of the house into a place where now I had some other tailors which would come in and make some clothes. So we were really experimenting with style, design, had my friends try on the stuff, see what they liked, what the response was, and actually send stuff abroad to see how is it going, what's the market like. Ideally what we want to create is for all the clothes to have African references, whether it be from Kenya or Egypt or Ethiopia or from Cameroon. So a big part of it is to hopefully brand Africa. And hopefully in the process we can travel and really bring in stuff from different cultures, also impact the places that we go to. So when I talk about African references, it could be a skirt like this, like what I'm wearing, which would have a piece of African fabric. Something you could still wear comfortably to work, still feel authentic, but still feel within the confines of the corporate environment. We do use local talent. Everything isn't done at our workshop. I go all the way out to Kiserian to have beading done. So we work with women in cooperatives, and we're trying to expand in that type of direction. So you'll find fun stuff you can wear on the weekend, you'll find stuff you can wear to the office, and you'll find stuff you can wear to a wedding.
When did you begin to formalize the business in terms of registering it? You had a name, finding the right stuff. to employ and build a team with?
The business started in Kenya in July of 2010, but we had been working outside of Kenya in the US, more import-export type stuff. I think for any business to grow, you need to be able to take risks, and that was the first risk. We had to move. And we had a plan, we have a mission, we have goals, and it's been really every day reviewing what are we doing, why are we doing it, and how are we going to do it, and how are we going to get to the place that we want to get to. I think we were ready because we had already planned for it. We had seen it in our minds. We knew what we wanted. So as soon as now we saw it in the physical, we were able to know that within the space of a month, we had everything we needed with no debt to be able to move into a new space, have more tailors, more machines, more room for creativity. So it's just really been an amazing process. But I think the key is having vision. Know where you want to go and why you're going there. But it's kind of surreal to know that someone called and they want dresses in Korea or they want dresses in the UK. It's really surreal, but that's what we wanted. I guess the key, like I said, is to have vision beyond what you think you can do. Challenge yourself to do that, because I really think it's outside of ourselves.
We need to take a short break now, but when we return, I want to know how that person in Korea got your number. Don't go away.
There are easy ways to look after your money. Introducing M-Casho, the account on your phone. Open yours today at any Equity Bank branch or selected M-Pesa agents countrywide. M-Casho from M-Pesa and Equity Bank.
Welcome back. You're watching Road to Success, the key to your next level in business. My guest today is Naya Kathuruma. She is the Executive Director of Naya Fashion House. Welcome back to the show.
Thank you.
People calling from Korea or, London. How did they get your number?
One, we have a really global family. My sister-in-law recently moved to Korea, and she is one of my biggest fans and supporters. So she wears my stuff all the time, and happened to be at a gathering where the ambassador to Kenya's wife was at the gathering. She asked her about her clothes, said, you must contact my sister. And
so your clothes sell themselves in terms of even beyond people finding you on the website or the other forms of marketing. Just by people wearing your clothes, you get clientele.
Yeah, and that's been really exciting because, again, I didn't think about it. We really place a high importance on quality, on our finishing. We don't give anybody a substandard. We'd rather incur cost and make a perfect garment than give you something that's not to standard. We do believe our clothes are ready for the international market because we do put that time and effort into all our clothes. So I'm not surprised that people like them, because they're different. But it's still something you can just wear for any occasion.
Tell me about challenges, setting up the business, running the business. What are some of the things that you have found as challenges?
Finding resources. It's not like in the Western world where you can find everything online and know how to register your business, know who to talk to. I'd never really worked with lawyers before, and here it's actually paramount to have someone who understands how the system works, how taxes work, and so the information, it's really been hard to find. Same thing with finding a place to set up.
Naya, lessons learned.
Key was finding a mentor. It was, I think, paramount for the shift from one machine in a little hole to growing. Also finding good partners, and not necessarily in the business per se, but good friends I can lean on people who wear my clothes regardless and say, I'm not going to shop anywhere else because I think you're doing something great. So I'm really thankful. I have some good friends who have been there when I felt like it was really rough. And then just having a good, solid network at home with my husband, my family, and knowing that there's always someone to talk to.
How do you market yourself? How do people know that you exist? You know, do you use a website? Do you use flyers? Do you go into the media? What is your main marketing?
Initially, we weren't really focused on marketing because we really wanted to focus on the product. So when marketing would come, we know exactly what we're marketing. And as we were still kind of on the underground level, people started knowing, and word of mouth, seeing the clothes, started selling the clothes. Then we got on Facebook. So we're on Facebook. You can just look for the name Naya and you'll see it under one of the businesses. We do have a website under construction. It's fashionbynaya.com, which will eventually be a full-fledged, hopefully, shop where people can buy. And I think it's really, really important. So we do have someone on the ground who is really aggressive about marketing. We're not where we should be, but we will get there.
What does it take to be in your kind of business? What would you say?
In this kind of business, passion. I don't think you can be in any business without being passionate about it. Or you can be in business and not be passionate about it, but it won't reach its full potential. I think passion is what has driven it. It helps me wake up in the morning. It helps me go shop for fabric, look for new things online. You must be passionate about what you're doing. And people, nothing can substitute my passion for my business. So it's something I can't sell because it's mine. And I think that's one of the driving forces behind the businesses. I do coaching, leadership coaching, personal coaching, because to me I'm really passionate about identity. And I think this has sprung off of the coaching and how do I create something which has an African identity. So with coaching this business, I've had to coach the business, make it the lessons I've taught other people, how do I put it into my own business? So that's kind of been a really interesting process.
You know, when you look at the future, what do you see? 5 years from now, 10 years from now?
I actually have a really clear picture of what I hope to see 5 years from now. I do want the name Naya, when someone says it, for people to know it's African, but it's exceptional and it represents a good cause. Because a portion of our profits do go to some charities. So it's conscious, you're wearing something conscious, no child labor or anything, but I've learned something by wearing these clothes. It's global, it's not in Africa alone, but people begin to associate the name with something bigger. Hopefully when they say Naya, it will signify great quality, conscious clothes I love to wear.
Thank you so much for coming to share your story with us.
Thank you for having me.
You've been watching Road to Success, the key to your next level in business. Have a great week. God bless.
Road to Success is brought to you by Equity Bank.
Equity Bank. You are listening, caring partner.